So for our next panel, we have Warwick McLaren, who is speaking about the Novopangea project, an MPOG overview, an immersive gaming experience with real-world impact. So it's kind of like some NFTs for good. So please help me welcome Warwick McLaren, everybody. Welcome. Thank you.
All right. Big finish to the end of the week. Sorry, I'm not Machine Gun Kelly or something cool as the headliner, but
Thank you.
really happy to be here. And yeah, so I'm Warwick McLaren. I'm one of the co-founders of Zine Studios, and I've spent 15 years in Web 2 building marketing omni-channel systems. I spent a decade at Pepsi, worked on a lot of big brands, so excited to be moving into Web 3 space. And today I want to talk to you about a brand that we're building where we're really looking at connecting gaming, entertainment, and NFTs to create an interconnected experience, ultimately focusing on community as the heartbeat of the project. So welcome to Novopangea. So the most powerful person in the world is always a storyteller, and that was a quote from Steve Jobs. And so when we started this project, we thought it would be extremely interesting to kind of shift that paradigm and let the actual community be the storyteller. And so it's a unique pivot that we're really going to try to make with this brand that we're really trying to build, and that's really letting the community drive the whole experience. So these were some of the original NFTs that we actually launched in the marketplace, but what was interesting about this experience that we did was there were voting ballots, essentially, that we introduced to the community, and so the community had an opportunity to actually vote on specific features or specific attributes that these creatures and characters may or may not have had, which will then transcend itself into story pieces that we're going to do later on and throughout the project. So it was an interesting experience that we went through, and a lot of user engagement. So it was exciting to see that community aspect coming together. So this is obviously a gaming track. So we do have a game that's launching. We've got a closed beta gaming that's launching on July 11th. As the title alluded to, this is a multiplayer online game, very community focused. So players will actually play together in the same experience. It's a strategy-based game to start, so very Sims-like. So as some of the previous speakers alluded to, you will essentially have buildings and resources and different things that you will do in the gameplay driven around NFTs, and that will ultimately fuel an economic layer that will feed into PvP later. So weapons and things that you will purchase later on in the game will essentially come from those that are starting here in the economy layer. So here's a little preview. So as you can see, it's very, very almost Sims-like in terms of the gaming infrastructure and the UI. So obviously you can see on the screen here, these are NFTs. So there'll be lands, buildings, skilled workers that you'll kind of build around as your kind of core foundation to kind of get the gameplay started. This is the part we're super excited about, and this is where the community part really plays. So within each of the 6 realms, we'll have individual districts, and this is where community really comes together to work together and play together and start forging alliances and really building strategies, which is going to fuel the gameplay as it goes forward. So Obsidian is going to be the in-game token of the game. It's really designed to really fuel upgrading your NFTs. So as a lot of the speakers have alluded to today, the purpose of this game is really to level up your NFTs. So this is kind of where you'll be spending the in-game currency that you're going to accrue. You're going to really put this back into then leveling up your NFTs so you can extrapolate different things out of the game. And then this is the part we're also very excited about, where the community really has to come together to unlock that upgrading mechanism. So there'll be, if you've played Clash of Clans, a town hall type mechanism that lives in the district. And the community essentially has to work together to meet certain staking thresholds, which will allow them to upgrade. So everybody really has to play and work together. And this will be just a little sneak peek of PvP, which will be coming later on as a part of our roadmap, which we're pretty jacked about. So this is kind of the part of the presentation I wanted to really share the most, and that was really how you can start to expand your experience and how you can really start to leverage more Web 2 to help with the rollout of your game or your project. And so onboarding new users, dealing with churn, it's a huge issue that you have to overcome. And so one of the things I've certainly learned over my career is when you can look to other verticals, other sub-products, where are our users actually hanging out? Everybody buys different consumer packaging goods, they hang out in different places. So where you can start to understand where these users are and be able to reach them in different ways, you can use those as pipelines to ultimately onboard them to your game. So for us, this is sort of how we're tackling some things. So Nova is really going to be a true entertainment experience outside of the game as well. So this is where things will get extremely interesting because you'll be able to consume content off-chain, watch shows, watch episodes, shorts, whatever it might be, and you can essentially purchase content that you've seen from that episode and then participate in voting where you could arc where the story goes. So no shitty season 7 from Game of Thrones. You would have an opportunity to decide how things go. And so I think that's extremely interesting when you can now immerse yourself into that experience. And ultimately then, again, earn potential rewards, which can be piped across a multitude of different experiences and verticals. So thanks so much for listening today. It's been great to meet everybody this week. It's been a phenomenal event. If you'd like a free skilled worker NFT for our game, go ahead and scan the QR code. We've got some cards as well. But thanks so much. Hope everybody's had a great week, and Safe travels home. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Warwick. Appreciate you.